last presentation of the day. We will be with the Professor Dr. R. Perumalsamy, Vice Chancellor, Noorul Islam Center of Higher Education. Perumalsamy.
Greetings from Noorul Islam University, Kenya district in Tamil Nadu. On behalf of our Union Chancellor, Dr. Majid Khan, I take this opportunity to thank the Department of Information Technology, Government of Tamil Nadu and other organizations for having invited me to share my experiences, knowledge, skill and other initiatives to boost employability at eINDIA 2014 event. It gives me immense pleasure to congratulate the department and other organizations for having arranged this program. It's a very unique and also a wonderful event here. Most of us are under the impression that the purpose of education is to provide job opportunities. It may be instantly true that the purpose of education is to get jobs. Education, to my mind, does not mean imbibing of mere knowledge and skill. Knowledge and skill are interrelated. And knowledge and skill are the driving forces of economic growth and also social developments for any country or any nation. There are so many skills, as our Honorable Vice Chancellor have rightly pointed out. There's a soft skill, hard skill, and life skill, communication skill, employability skill, corporate skill, and we can behavioral skill, problem solving skill. We can say a number of skills, and all these skills will help the students to develop their appropriate strategies for their personality. The purpose of education is learning to learn, learning to relearn, learning to unlearn, learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, learning to be kind. Kindness is a language which even the blind can see and the deaf can hear. Education is not the answer to all questions, but education is the means to answer to all questions. Education is very important in teaching the students the past and also helping them make knowledgeable decisions for the future. To make our children capable of honesty is the beginning of education. Our education should be based on only good characteristics and also leadership qualities among the students to bring revolutionary changes in the function of the society. We can very well quote Swami Vivekananda's famous quote, "We want the education by which character is formed, the strength of the mind is increased, the intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on his own feet." It is also a well-known fact that almost all the countries are built on educational institutions. And education is the key for a socio-economic development of a country. Education is the women and youth is an asset to the nation. You know that we are living in knowledge era. Knowledge is power. The present society is described knowledge society. Knowledge advances not by leaps but by steps. But at the same time, simplicity and humility is the need of the hour. The secret of success lies in remaining simple, humble, and flexible. The success depends on building the right move to the right direction. The self-confidence is the foundation for all success and achievements. And it is also a well-known fact that we are living in the global globalization. Quality is playing a very major role in the context of globalization. There is no doubt that the word quality has become the watchword of higher education. Our India's problem is not unemployment, but unemployability. To be very precise, our higher education has to be altered to make our students capable of getting attractive jobs in the global markets. Now, skills and knowledge are the divine force of economic growth and the social development for any country. Countries with higher and better levels of skills adjust more effectively to the challenges and opportunities of world of work. As India moves progressively towards becoming a knowledge economy, it becomes increasingly important that the country should focus on advancement of skills, and these skills have to be relevant to the emerging economic environment. In order to achieve the twin targets of economic growth and industrial development, India's gross domestic product has to grow constantly at 8% to 9% revenue. This requires significant progress in several areas, including infrastructure development, agricultural growth, coupled with the productivity improvements, financial sector growth, a healthy business environment, ably supported by a skilled workforce. To make skill development initiatives to improve employability, we need to identify the major deficiencies in the present scenario. The major deficiencies are low-level academic accomplishment, poorly motivated graduates, mostly conceptual and theoretical curricula, lack of work-based and work-related curriculum. Hence, part of this problem stems from an imbalance between country's education system and employment markets. These skills the youth need to secure employment are not the skills that they have developed through traditional education and vocational training. Secondary education is often designed as a stepping stone to higher education, yet globally, the transition rate from secondary to tertiary level is low, meaning that most students enter the labor force directly from the secondary level. While some skills assessed at the secondary level, such as language, are very relevant to employability, curricula often lack any specific orientation toward directly preparing students for informal or formal employment. Technical and vocational education is considered a better option for students seeking immediate employment, but in India, DVT continues to the stagnation and the curriculum is not aligned with the skills demanded by a fast-paced economy. These basic skills which are required for employment, there are cognitive, which include skills such as numeracy and literacy. Technical as computer and technological competencies are non-cognitive skills, including traits like leadership and capacity for teamwork. You must be trained, the youth must be trained on these basic skill sets to find and retain employment, and education and the training programs must find effective ways to develop these traits in youth. However, in the context of today's rapidly evolving global economy, non-cognitive skills have emerged as those most highly demanded by employers. Informal and formal employers in India have identified skills such as openness to learning, global work habits, and also entrepreneurship as critical for successful employment, and these skills are associated with higher wages. Unlike more discussed skills, non-cognitive skills and also provide a platform for youth to acquire additional skills, for example, by enabling better on-the-job training capacity. To address youth unemployment, policymakers and industry must find ways to foster skills at the secondary level that match real-world labor market needs. Providing students with opportunities to undertake work-related training is the next key component in enhancing employability. Developing strategic relationships with employees and also professional bodies creates opportunities for students to undertake work placements, become involved in managing relationship, and also participate in field work and campus-based work-related learning, including variety of learning experiences and assessment tasks into the curriculum helps to improve the learning experience and also exposure. Creating links between subject disciplines and the workplace employers and professional bodies ensure the progression of students' skills during the course of study. There is a need for an independent system to assess quality, comprising all the elements of the skill development value chain, right from need assessment and also student mobilization up to training and placement. Current systems are primarily oriented towards quality checks during the phase of assessment and certification. Formation of institutional mechanism for content formation, delivery and assessment is required. As the demand for training grows, there will be a cascading impact on the demand for current standardized process for training, delivery, uniform assessment and practices. This will provide the demand for trainees and assessors, which will be a critical bottleneck as other pieces of the ecosystem fall in places. Furthermore, there will be a need for standards and quality process, quality system formation, quality assessment, quality certification training, process certification as the demand for training grows rapidly. There will be required institutional mechanism specifying of quality standards and practices. Skills and knowledge are the driving forces of economic growth and social development in any country. For the economy to grow at 8% to 9%, it is required that the secondary and tertiary sectors grow at 10% to 11%, assuming agriculture grows at 4%. In such a scenario, it is obvious that a large portion of the workforce would migrate from the primary sector agriculture to the secondary and tertiary sectors. However, the skill sets that are required in the manufacturing and service sectors are quite different from those in the agriculture sector. This implies that there will be a large skill gap which such a migration occurs, as evidenced by a shrinking employment in the agriculture sector. The scenario and the necessities, these scenario necessitates skill development in the workforce. India is expected to be home to a skilled workforce of 500 million by 2022. About 12 million persons are expected to join the workforce every year. The talent pool needs to be adequately skilled. The following sectors are expected to drive the growth of the economy as well as play a significant role in employment. Auto components, building and construction materials, building and construction, real estate services, electronics and IT hardware, education and skill development services, food processing, health care, textiles, leather and leather goods, tourism and hospitality, transportation and logistics, media and entertainment. To achieve this significance of skill development as well as the quantum of funding is also required, there is also the overarching need for quality structures to be in place, especially from the perspective of successful implementation. Such quality standards and the process are required at all segments of the skill development value chain. This has to be complemented by linking funding to outcomes as well as incentives to good performance. In the context of achieving the necessary scale and speed, the following solutions would be the way ahead in providing a conducive environment for India to meet its skill development goals, targeting skill development at all levels of the skill pyramid, implementing vocational education in schools, creating a large talent pool through modular employable skills, ensuring quality in delivery, employing technology to achieve scale and speed, formation of institutional mechanism for current formation, delivery and assessment, expecting the formation of sector skill councils, setting up a national human resource market information systems. Respected professors, these are the ways and means to boost the employability. And also, once again, I take this opportunity to thank the government of Kerala for just having given me a chance of being with you today. And also, I am very particular to refer to Swami Vivekananda's famous quote, all the powers are within you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in that. Once again, I take this opportunity to thank not only the Department of Science and Department of Information and Technology, Government of Kerala, and also other organizations who have helped us to organize this conference here. Once again, thank you to all.